Good morning. How are you? I hope you had a beautiful day. Well, morning. And just wanted to chat for a little. And I just made my coffee and came outside. I live in Florida and today is just so cold. But I love this weather that is like cold but sunny. It's so nice. And well, I have some little plants. It's a new plant. I love the little plant my grandma made for me. Can you believe it? It's like a little, I don't know, construction here that she made. Super nice. But yeah, today guys, I just wanted to talk a little bit about loneliness because I think it's an interesting topic. So just so you know a little bit of my story, I'm an immigrant from Venezuela. I have lived in Spain and now I live in the US. And you know, I have always, even before immigrating, I have always had like this feeling of loneliness constantly. And sometimes I didn't know how to deal with that feeling. It was like, why do I have this feeling? I will think that something was wrong with me for feeling lonely, even in moments where I was not lonely at all. I have friends, I was with someone, things like that, and everything was good. And I will wonder why I will have this persistent feeling of loneliness or just persistent sadness a little. I don't like to say sadness, but definitely like this feeling of something. And I'm sorry, they're building a construction, so might be some noise. But this feeling of like inadequacy, inadequate. And sorry if I misspelled or mispronounce some words in English, but I'll mix it up with Spanish. And I will judge myself about feeling lonely. Like why do I feel lonely, and like being negative about it, being like something is wrong if you feel lonely. And I just think that I don't know if it's the fact that I'm already 31 or something like that, but I just don't feel like that anymore. I have a different perspective about feeling lonely. I think actually feeling lonely, if you're feeling lonely with me right now, I think it's something positive. Like loneliness is something that is gonna be with you forever. It doesn't matter if you're happy or sad or if you're having a good moment or bad moment in your life. We arrive to this world alone, and I think on the way we have beautiful people that come with us in the journey, and we live experiences and grow and things like that. But then you go back to yourself. You're constantly going back to yourself. Like you are the only in and out in life, let's say, like the only person that will come out alive and come back. And I think it's somehow normal to feel that loneliness. And loneliness could be actually a beautiful thing. It could be a beautiful gift for you to ask yourself um if you're doing something that you really enjoy, or like if you are in the right path to your happiness. Because sometimes when we don't have lonely moments, I think it's pretty easy to just keep going. It's pretty easy to just say that everything is fine and distract yourself from yourself, with other people and situations and things like that. But then the moments of loneliness that will always exist. I think that the most you try to avoid them, the stronger they become inside. And that moment of loneliness is a gift for you to see inside and check with yourself and say, am I really on the path that I want? And so I just want to reframe loneliness, and let's be alone together for a second and ask ourselves, well, before any question, thing, just be grateful for the things that you have. Like, even if your life is not perfect, mine is not, there's the way is something. There's always blessings in your life that you didn't have before, that you prayed for at some point, and now you have them. So just be grateful for a second and just accept your life the way it is right now. And then ask yourself, what do you need right now? Because also loneliness comes from a place of I need to reconnect with myself, and that's okay. It's normal. So when people sataniza or satanize, I think satanize, you say it, um, see loneliness as something negative, just understand that it's something like breathing. I feel it just comes with existence. Is something necessary for you to evaluate yourself, for you to like think about life in like a more integrated way with yourself. And yeah, then the opportunity comes to ask yourself if you're in the right path, if you're happy, or what do you need. um and right now I think the feelings of loneliness are more persistent, more with the hyper connectivity, which is insane. I think that you will think that now we have access to someone, like 24/7 on Instagram, Snapchat, WhatsApp, whatever. And it feels so non-human, so not personal, that I don't know if that's the main blockage why people feel even more lonely, because it's just not natural for us to connect that way. It's just not real. But I just want to say that those moments you have to somehow see them in a better light, in like a better light, an opportunity to be with yourself, get to know yourself more, because sometimes we don't even know ourselves properly. We don't know what we like, we don't know what we don't like. And those moments of loneliness are the perfect opportunity for you to ask yourself who you are. And when you know who you are, it's very easy to create a life that is custom made for you, or like that you actually enjoy. So if you're feeling lonely today, it's okay, my friend. I'm here with you. Let's drink some coffee and just enjoy that feeling of loneliness too. It's so beautiful sometimes. And I'll tell you something. The biggest success in life for sure is if you're good with yourself. If you're good with your loneliness. If inside that questioning and inside yourself, you can go out to the movies by yourself. You can go to a coffee shop by yourself and enjoy yourself and laugh at yourself and just see yourself in a beautiful light. So if you feel lonely, just want you to know that this is a perfect opportunity to improve that relationship with yourself, ask yourself who you are, get to know yourself better, and just want to tell you that it's fine. Like, don't feel weird because you feel lonely. Understand that also being with myself has been such a blessing to know who I am, what I like, what I don't like, things like that. And plus, I work remotely, so you gotta learn how to be alone, right? And being alone is not the same as isolation. I don't want you to isolate yourself, because isolation could be like a way of harming yourself unconsciously. Well, I shouldn't say that word. uh, Isolation could be a way of like, just uh, avoid pain. I actually was listening to this audiobook from Tony Robbins, and he was saying that humans are motivated by two things, which is avoiding pain and searching for pleasure. And sometimes loneliness, yes, like I said, I'm a huge proponent of alone time, and that being alone is as something natural and positive. So I just want you to change that perspective. But if you're finding yourself isolating, that's another conversation. That's when you have to ask yourself, like, what am I trying to avoid? Maybe pain. Maybe you are unconsciously analyzing and tying social interactions with pain. Also, I think COVID changed the way our mind and work environment and socialization works. So is there a reason why you're isolating yourself? Just try to evaluate that. If you're feeling that you're isolating yourself, because loneliness is powerful, but isolation, I think, is a little bit more complex. And I don't want you to miss out on life. I don't want you to like put yourself in situations that you're gonna regret in the future, because you're missing out on a couple of things. You do you, but if you're trying to say, no, I'm just a lonely person, but you're isolating yourself, let's evaluate that. Let's evaluate that, because it's just one life. So you gotta, You gotta go out, you gotta expose yourself. It's not like when I say that I'm lonely, or like that I have felt lonely, I'm not lonely. Like that I have felt loneliness, it's not like I isolate myself. It's more like, this feeling of like going through life with the sensation of everything is my responsibility, like inside. And I think maybe that creates some kind of like, yes, power, but at the same time, lack of direction, because everything is in your power. So it feels a little overwhelming. And that might feel like loneliness. So yeah, I think I just wanted to share those main feelings. I literally just woke up and I just thought about that for a video. But let me know what you think, how you deal with loneliness, if you think the same way that I think, or if you have a different perspective. I want to know. I just want to know what people are going through and humans are going through, because that's currently my perspective. Like, loneliness is a powerful tool for self-discovery, for having the power in your life to enjoy the life that you want to do and build. So yeah, I think this is the end of the video. Just wanted to share my thoughts on that, and I hope that you enjoy it, and I want to hear what you think. Have a beautiful day. We're starting the morning with a nice coffee and a nice view, and take care. Have a beautiful life.